Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel where we discuss all things music. My name is Tiffany, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Okay, if I can be totally candid with you all, it's around 4 a.m. on the day that I'm scheduled to upload this video, and I just started. I know, I'm a master procrastinator, but I didn't intend for that to be the case. In fact, I originally had a well thought out and very poignant topic to talk to you guys about. One that's very near and dear to my heart that I couldn't wait to share with you all. But as I was preparing my outline for that video, inspiration hit. I know that sounds like it should have been a good thing, because everyone talks about inspiration like she's this beautiful and awe-inspiring being who is meant to make the world a more magical place. But nobody wants to talk about who she really is once you strip away all of the makeup and the glamour. She's a jerk. She comes and goes as she pleases, has no regard for your schedule, and just like any other selfish lover, she doesn't always wait for you to finish before she leaves. Yes, inspiration is a very fickle mistress that we as musicians spend so much of our time chasing. And half the time she doesn't even show up. I'm sure this sounds like it's going to be another video about how and where to find inspiration. And while that is a great topic for another time, this video is actually kind of the opposite of that. Because nobody ever talks about what happens when you suddenly stumble upon a vast well of creativity and your vision becomes more lofty than your ability to achieve it. Tell me if this sounds like you. You have at least a half a dozen spiral notebooks scattered around your place. Notebooks that are halfway filled with halfway finished lyrics or project ideas that you halfway believe that you're going to come back and finish eventually. Well, if that sounds anything like you, then you and I have something in common. Let me know down in the comments how many notebooks you have around your house. While it is hard to find and harness inspiration, it can be just as hard to focus it once you do find it, which can result in a crazy burst of ideas that ultimately go nowhere. My issue this week wasn't that I couldn't think of what to talk about, but rather I was so excited about the topic that I came up with that I kept building on it until 4 days had passed and I hadn't filmed anything. And this is an issue that can trip anyone up if you're working with a deadline, collaborating with others, or just want to see a project come to completion. It's exciting just to let your pen fly and allow the ideas to tumble out of your head faster than you can wrangle them. But if we aren't able to focus all of that inspiration into a finished project, then you're just adding another thing to your halfway pile. So, what do we do about it? Well, the easiest way to fix a problem is to prevent it from happening in the first place. One thing that I'm a big fan of is taking a little time every day to exercise your creative muscles. It doesn't even have to be long. You can get away with 5 or 10 minutes a day as long as you're being consistent. Find some daily writing exercises online or grab one of these books to guide you through some prompts. If you get into the habit of summoning inspiration on your time, it'll become easier to conjure it up when you need it, as well as being able to focus it so that you don't get swallowed up by your ideas and you can actually make some progress. But let's say that you're like me and you've already fallen down the rabbit hole and into a huge pile of raw ideas that you're not quite sure how to organize. My suggestion to you in that scenario is to rethink your original plan. Maybe you're trying too hard to force those ideas into what you think you should be doing. I personally have a habit of trying so hard to shove all of my ideas into a neat little box, whether they fit or not. If I have a song that I'm writing about a specific topic, I try so hard to limit my creative flow to what makes sense for that topic. This usually leads me to become super nitpicky and overly critical to the point where I don't end up finishing my song at all. But something that I've been trying to do lately is to ask myself, what does this song really want to express? What does this project really want to be? In my case this week, I was trying hard to squeeze some pretty heavy concepts into a 10-minute or less YouTube video. But when I took a step back and asked myself, okay, what does this video really want to be? I realized that I could do more good by allowing myself to expand on those ideas and create a series about them, as opposed to a single YouTube video. Be on the lookout for a musician mental health series coming soon. And after I stopped using all of my efforts to chip away at the ideas to make them fit, my mind was free to fully explore them and not limit their growth. Pretty much what I'm saying is that the best way to focus your creativity isn't so much of aiming it in one single direction as it is allowing it to flow freely and working your ideas into a project that feels natural. Sometimes that means that your song idea may turn into a full album idea, or that your album idea may just need to be a poem. When it comes to creativity and inspiration, everyone has a different process. And what works for me may not work for you. But the most important thing that we can all do is to practice honing our creative skills and be prepared to be open and flexible whenever Lady Inspiration does decide to pay us a visit. Because what you initially set out to create may morph into something completely different, possibly something better. So don't get so caught up in trying to make everything fit in its original box that you delay your process and possibly miss out on an unexpected masterpiece. Thank you so much for checking out my video, and let me know if my little early morning rant was useful by clicking that like button. And if you want to see more music related videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel. They drop every week, even if I have to stay up until 4 a.m. to make it happen. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. But until then, go out there and make some beautiful noise. My knees are too bad for this.